Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to VEGA Conflict, and it's time to take a look at the targets that were the, Dynasty 140s? I don't even have them bookmarked, but they're the new Torus Dreadnought target now. I would want to make two videos today, but it's a bit too late for that now. It's actually about an hour and 20 minutes before I'm going to be uploading this one, so... Mainly just going to be skipping through the video, but... there's one major thing I have to show, and it's going to be the fittings. Shielding is mostly irrelevant because of what you're going to be doing. The only thing you need is speed and bypass damage for the most part to make this work, so Mark 5 and above is recommended, blah blah blah. You don't need reusable items or anything like that. This is the same fitting I have, and the best repair time I could achieve with this was 9 minutes 10 seconds, which is free repair time on every single vessel. Let's go ahead and let's jump out into the target after I do one little thing real quick. Much better. Oh, and another thing you're going to want is to have your fleet in the box formation, because it helps, trust me. Especially during the initial portion when you need to actually cluster the vessels up. As you saw there, I was focusing fire on a single vessel there because I want the spawns to all go to one side, only one side. Because I want my vessels themselves to actually do a bit of work, get some of that sweet, sweet switch prime, or whoever the prime phase is, yeah. That. I want that active. And as you can tell, since it's extremely late when I'm recording this, I'm extremely tired. Mainly just watch the gameplay and ignore my tired rambling, because it'll be the primary aspect that you need. Now for the points like these, try to get the spawns to go for the southernmost target. Try not to get them to go through your fleet like I did, because that just breaks it up, but it's not too hard to reform the fleet, thankfully. And just break the targets apart and move on to the next section. For this section, I actually like to leave them all alone and not focus fire, because I want the spawns to actually distract the enemy spawns, but as you can probably tell, you're going to actually focus this one out of the fight, this single Titan. It's not an accident, it actually helps out in the second portion of the fight. Next thing, you're going to basically be hugging this wall, so be ready to basically stick to it the entire time. Pick the targets off, yada yada yada. Fleet does get broken up as some of them are faster, just be ready to start moving stuff around using hotkeys and whatnot to help out. Memorizing what ones are moving faster than the others also helps. Glad my brain's at least functioning that far at this point in the night. Also trying to avoid as many bolts as possible, because you're trying to do this for as little repair time as possible, because you want to be running them constantly. Because that's what the dev team wants. It's not what I want though. Me rambling there is causing me to take a little bit of extra damage that I don't want to be taking. And here we're actually swinging all the way around because we actually need to go to the other side now to deal with the ones over here. Now thankfully this is an easier portion of the fight, because it's mainly just the same thing as before. Move in close, dodge a bunch of rounds, and just attack. That's it. That's basically all there is to this fight. Just avoid a bunch of attacks over and over again. That's it. I'll see you back at base in just a moment. Well, once these despawn. One thing I would like the dev team to do is remove the fact that you're stuck in combat until these are gone, because that's just annoying. Okay, now as you're going to see, since I already saw, it's not a low repair time, 20 minutes. But as you already know, nothing is ever as it seems, because we're all in VEGA. 7 minutes is the longest. Shortest is going to be basically free repair time on just about all of them, so 2 minutes for that fight. Not bad without reusable tech and whatnot. but you don't have to return, you don't have to repair. And naturally, you can always run it better than I can, because one, I'm extremely tired, but the basis is there. You rush the first group to the north, you send your spawns to the rightmost of those of the cutter-like vessels. Try and get them to distract them, so if you want to, you can actually target one of them towards the middle of the group out of the four, and then attack, focus fire, so the drones, the spawns, will all go to the rightmost target, and you might be able to pull 3 of them, or all of them, which actually draws the fire away from your switches or whatever you're using. I recommend switches just because of how easy it is, as you saw. Basically what you want to do is you want to be moving constantly, and as I was doing, well, not this time, but previously, you'll want to move your vessels in line with basically the order I showed, but do not try and group them up. Send them one at a time if possible, because they're not always going to reach the last location at the same time. This will allow you to break apart your fleet and pick apart the enemy a little bit faster, and you'll have slightly more coverage over a larger area, so your spawns will actually be more spread out as well. Try not to ever focus fire after the secondary portion of the fight, because you want your spawns to be engaging the closest enemy vessels to them, and due to the slower vessels being behind the rest of them, they're mainly going to be helping distract the spawn ships. And to deal with the spawn ships, what I normally do is exactly what you saw. I just try and run by them. And most of the time there's always one ship that's straggling behind that I can use to just rush by them, and they'll try and focus fire on it and miss every single attack. And the ones following it will be able to completely clean them out. So it's easy, straightforward, and simple. But due to it being a dreadnought grind, it's tedious as can be. But that's going to be it for this video. The next video I want to make is going to be about the Torus itself, because I've been looking forward to this video and I just can't wait. But for now, be safe out there, my pack. Happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.